Okay, so I'm going to talk about the S&P 500, and I'm going to show you some charts and share some numbers with you. So I'm going to talk about what the S&P 500 is, and then I'm going to talk about exchange traded funds, and then also I'm going to talk about the expense ratios that come with exchange traded funds. So right here is a little breakup of the S&P 500. It shows some of the biggest components of it. One of the biggest components is the technology sector. So right here we have the index, which tracks the 500 largest companies, and then here is the ETF that you can actually buy that basically just gives you exposure to all those companies and lets you invest in a whole wide range of companies. And doing so, you also limit risk and other. So right here, as you can see, there's dips over time, like the dot-com crash in 2000 to 2002, and then the housing market crash in 2008. And you can see with the numbers, some years were up 20%, some years were down 10%. But over the 90-year average, it usually gets you 10% gains. So when you invest in an ETF, the company that gives the ETF, they take a small portion as a fee for managing the funds and paying the people's salaries who manage the funds. So in a normal ETF, an S&P 500 ETF, SPY, you're going to pay 0.09%. And in some other ones, like IVV, you're going to pay 0.04%. And really, the difference is the reason why you pay more for SPY is it's a lot larger fund, so there's a little more security. It's traded a lot more heavily, and it's a lot more secure, and there's less more volatility. Now these, you're not going to make a ton of money off of, like you'll make your 10% gain every year. Another way that you can make money with ETFs and investing is through triple leverage or double leverage ETFs. These basically, they track 3 times the gains or losses of that index. And like here I have SPXL, and that's a S&P 500. It tracks 3 times as much, and that you have to pay a 1.04% expense ratio because of they use a lot more leverage, and the fees for the managers and salaries are a lot higher. And here's another one, NUGT. That's a gold miners ETF that tracks gold miners. That you pay 1.2%. And then also TechL, that's a technology ETF, tracks technology companies, and that's also 1.09%. So today I talked about the S&P 500, explained ETFs, I explained triple leverage ETFs, and I also explained the expense ratios that go with those. So any questions?